Hi and welcome back. I'm so glad that you decided to spend some time here. I created 3 cards using the C birthday stamp set from Waffle Flowers. I actually decided to go ahead and purchase some products directly from Waffle Flowers website. And that is because I entered, they have like a monthly challenge over at their Facebook group, and 1 month I was the lucky winner. So I had this gift certificate that I could use in their shop, and of course I had to go ahead and pick this really cute stamp set up along with a couple of other products. And I don't know if I said it, but I think this was released in June. And I decided to create a couple of cards. So here I'm just using a technique that I learned from watching one of Tim Holt's videos. I think Jennifer McGuire did a similar technique as well. It's ink smooshing on top of some glossy paper. You can use whatever you have in your stash and try it out, but I used gloss cardstock, and this is the one you can use with alcohol ink. It's from Ranger, and you use your oxides for this, the distress oxides. I don't know if this will work with any other inks on the market. I know a couple of brands has come out with similar ink and formulation as this, but I don't know if it's exactly the same. I wouldn't recommend, like, if you're gonna buy some inks just because of this technique, I would go with these ones because that is the only one I have tried out. So what I'm doing basically is ink smooshing and heat setting it in between and going in with the next color. And I don't care if there is colors that are not meant to mix, that wouldn't play nicely. I am just doing the colors that I want to be combined, because you will see here in a second how cool this is. You can see it's quite cloudy at the moment, but all of that will actually go away, and you can see all the layers that have been building up. You can see I'm flicking my acetate here as well, just to create some splatters and some dots on top of my background pattern here. And after letting that dry, I decided to go ahead and create a second panel. Actually, when I created these, I created a couple of them because I really like this technique. I'm spraying this directly down this time and then pressing it down using a paintbrush as well to control the splatters a little bit more. And you can see I'm going in with a second panel here because I had so much fun and so much ink left that I didn't want to waste it. So instead of drying that off, I actually decided to go ahead and create a second panel. So when I was done with all of these, you will see how you can take these and totally transform them. So here, the blue one that we created, I'm going in with a product that is called, I will have it listed down below, but it's called Distress Glaze, and this is a product that you can use on top of any surface to lock that color inside so it cannot be reactive anymore. So you can use it for envelopes or something like that that you don't want to be wet. So I'm just doing this, and you can see how magical this is. The colors really pop, and you can see all the beautiful layers that you created. So here it is in a close-up, and here is the second panel. So now I will use this in a couple of different ways to create some nice backgrounds. You can see here our second panel, I'm just cutting a hill freehandedly with my scissors, and we can pair this off up later on when we have created our this would be like the sandbank, and I'm using antique linen, and I think it was vintage photo. I will also go in with some splatters just to make it look a little bit more like sand. Or this is maybe not, it could be some other color. I'm sorry. I will list it down below if you're interested, or just ask me. It could be another brown color, but you can use whatever you have in your stash. It doesn't have to be exactly this one. If you want to recreate it, it could be something other that you have in your stash. So I will adhere my sandbanks, the one directly, and the other one I will pop up with some foam tape, and then we can go ahead and start creating our scene here. And you can see that this really leaves a nice white border around our focal point here, and that is a really great if you have a busy background like I am having here, and a lot of elements on top of our busy background. And this really calms this card down, that we have all of that white space that frames this, and that I think is super important if you are creating, or if you would copy this card, that you are using something to calm this down. And this sentiment is, it says grattis, and that is congratulations in Swedish. Really a fitting sentiment, I think, for this card with all the cute party animals here. That circle that we cut out, I just used a circle from C6. That is something I have in my stash, and you probably could use whatever you have in your stash. And I will make these go like round here, and leaving a lot of white space around our focal point. And in the middle I actually created a sentiment that says happy birthday, and this one is from Trinity Stamps. And that is pretty much this card. I will use some embellishment at the end, but it really isn't that much to this card. So when I had done those two first cards, I decided to go ahead and create a third card, and for this one I wanted to do a soft ink blended background. I believe this is one of Christina Warner's distress ink combos, but I use the regular distress inks. And if I can find that, I will link it to her videos, but if I can find the one where she did this one, I will link it to it as well. And I used the pine needles, cracked pistachio, and old paper. So that was that, and I will go ahead and use one other sentiment from another waffle flower stamp set. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit like off here because I'm seeing this on a really small screen. So that was it, and then I will pop some of the elements up, and some I will adhere flat down to the card base. And I love that little pirate there in the middle, really framing this off. And that was pretty much this card as well. I will go in with some glimmer here, some sparkle I should say, with my Nuvo sparkle pen, and also code the sea grass here and the corals and everything. I love those cute seahorses, and I will embellish this with some sequence from Trinity Stamps. And that is it. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumb up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. That would mean so much to me. And I will be back soon, really soon, I think, with another video. So stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye!